Welcome to the debate. Today we're delving into a really fascinating strategic puzzle from the London commercial real estate market. Specifically, how do you measure value in premium serviced office space? We're focusing on two listings that have remarkably similar pricing. We're talking 480 versus 440 pounds a month, but they represent fundamentally opposing philosophies on what a valuable workspace actually is in 2025.
Exactly. And this isn't really a debate about quality, is it? Both are very high end. It's a debate about strategic priority. I mean, do you prioritize the immutable value of traditional prestige and high specification, or do you bet on agility, on specialized design, and really the internal engine of innovation and community?
The central question, then, is this. Does the inherent prestige, the comprehensive traditional services, and the enduring location of a prime Mayfair property, specifically Berkeley Square House, offer superior long-term business value? I firmly argue that yes, it does. The stability and the status that come with that W1 postcode, they justify that marginal difference in cost. It is effectively an insurance policy on credibility.
See, I fundamentally disagree with prioritizing that kind of passive status over active utility. I'm going to argue that the specialized, community-focused innovation model that we see in prime Hammersmith provides a strategically superior environment. The tailored amenities, the focus on networking, and the crucial flexibility of the Shepherd's Bush Road space, that delivers a far better functional and strategic return for a modern, growth-oriented company.
Okay, well, the whole premise of my argument rests on securing inherent, irreplaceable value. When you get space in Berkeley Square House W1J 6BD, you are acquiring more than just desks. You're acquiring instant institutional credibility. This location, right on Berkeley Square, with exceptional connectivity, Green Park, Piccadilly stations, it's a non-depreciable asset in the eyes of any serious client or investor. You're buying into an established narrative of success. For businesses dealing with, high net worth clients, international partners, institutional financing, professional projection isn't optional. It's the entry fee. And the specification of the Mayfair listing supports this implicitly. You've got a commanding glass exterior, a bespoke reception, fully furnished offices with the latest IT and telephony. This isn't just about looking good, it's about signaling stability. When a client walks through that reception, they get an immediate, unspoken message about your business. And crucially, the support structure, the manned reception, daily cleaning, ad hoc admin support, it provides operational continuity. This model is built for excellence and client assurance.
That's a compelling picture of prestige, I'll give you that. But I see it as focusing on the facade rather than the engine room. The Mayfair model, it feels designed to impress people who already assume you're successful. The Hammersmith space at $440 a month is designed to make you successful. While status is nice, the Shepherd's Bush Road space delivers superior functional value and growth acceleration for a company focused on its future, not just its current clients. The operational philosophy here is revolutionary because it's tailored to the rhythms of modern work. We're talking about a unique and pioneering concept in Hammersmith, explicitly engineered to attract London's best and brightest. The real value isn't in the static prestige of the address. It's in the dynamic connectivity that drives the business forward. You mentioned the bespoke reception, but I'd point to the mix of creative co-working spaces integrated with private offices. That encourages the spontaneous interaction that sparks valuable partnerships. And critically, this provider formalizes that with structured networking events. The environment actively cultivates collaboration. And on top of all that, the strategic flexibility, terms from 1 to 12 months, offers a safety net that the traditional Mayfair commitment just cannot match in today's volatile market.
I understand the appeal of cultivating an internal community. I really do, but that fundamentally misunderstands the mechanism of market trust. You're focusing on an internal echo chamber while neglecting the immediate external validation you need to secure the most valuable contracts. Mayfair surroundings, the premier shops, the high-end cafes, the theaters, all of that, combined with the W1 address, confers a level of indisputable business credibility. Think of a Series B tech company pitching a Fortune 500 board. That W1J6BD address acts as a potent third-party validator. It streamlines the trust-building process and reduces perceived risk immediately. No amount of organized networking in Hammersmith can replicate that.
Wait, hold on a moment. I have to disagree with the idea that my clients, especially if I'm a fast-growing fintech or a creative agency, are making decisions based on the proximity of a museum. I mean, that feels like static baggage, not business utility. The core asset for a modern company is its human capital and its connectivity. You're trying to buy credibility, we're building it. The value is actively cultivated, as the listing says, by creating an ideal environment for forward-thinking companies to grow and connect. The community in W6 is a designed feature facilitated by staff and events, and that translates directly into deal flow, talent acquisition, and knowledge sharing. That dynamic asset far outstrips the passive benefit of a nice cafe down the street. And let's shift focus from the postcode to where the work actually happens, to the amenities. The Hammersmith property offers modern, highly specialized features. Stocked kitchens, dedicated soundproof phone booths for remote calls, generous breakout areas, and yes, a games room. Now, these aren't novelties, they're intentional design elements to support modern work rhythms, minimize digital fatigue, and foster that informal collaboration that drives innovation. A proper phone booth is essential for privacy. A games room offers crucial, structured mental decompression, making the whole environment more productive than a purely formal setting.
That's a compelling case for maximizing employee comfort, but I'm still unconvinced the games room is a strategic necessity over core operational stability. I'd argue those specialized features, stocked kitchens, extensive breakout spaces, can introduce, unnecessary management overhead and distraction. Guaranteed productivity is rooted in consistency in core services, not novelty. Berkeley Square House ensures operational stability. You have 24/7 secure access, meticulous daily cleaning, and, critically, the comprehensive high-standard traditional services we already discussed. And think about the leadership team. The guaranteed access to ad hoc admin support in Mayfair is a huge time saver for a CEO or a CFO. It frees them from routine tasks that erode high-level focus. The guarantee of the latest IT and telephony, managed seamlessly, removes friction.
When you compare the two, consistent, high-standard professional support services are a far greater guarantee of uninterrupted business efficiency than dedicated stress relief amenities. One is a nice-to-have. The other is mission-critical.
But you're assuming that the only relevant client base operates on this totally traditional hierarchical structure, where the CEO needs admin support to dictate letters. The modern agile enterprise works differently. In the W6 space, those dedicated phone booths eliminate the need for bulky private offices for every single employee, freeing up capital. The amenities are a strategic investment in employee retention and focus. And what about your point on stability? When technology fails, which model is more equipped to adapt? The one built on flexibility, or the high-spec but ultimately rigid traditional structure?
Okay, let's talk about that rigidity in the context of cost. We're discussing a difference of only £40 per month per desk. For that relatively marginal cost, you acquire immediate proximity to Green Park, the intrinsic prestige of Berkeley Square House, the glass exterior, the reception, and a comprehensive set of traditional service terms. That £40 is not an expense. It's a premium you pay to de-risk your investment. It secures prime London real estate and guarantees the robust infrastructure you need to compete with established institutions. I see that £40 as buying essential credibility insurance.
I absolutely reject the premise that £40 is marginal when we analyze the overall strategic fit for a scaling company. For a small team, that marginal cost multiplied over a year is significant capital that could be reinvested. But the financial discussion isn't just about the rate, it's about commitment. Sure, high-spec IT is expected in Mayfair, but the superior strategic flexibility offered by the Hammersmith model is the real differentiator. For a growth company, the ability to commit to terms of 1 to 12 months is an invaluable advantage against market uncertainty, a flexibility the traditional Mayfair model often sacrifices for perceived permanence. So the Hammersmith option is cheaper, and it actively offers the targeted features necessary for dynamic growth: co-working integration, the efficiency of phone booths, and a fully formed, curated community.
You're advising a static investment in a location that forces a long-term commitment. I'm advocating for a dynamic, tailored platform for scalable success. Stability in 2025 is defined by agility, not by the postcode on your letterhead.
So, in summarizing my position, I would maintain that for businesses prioritizing undeniable external credibility, impeccable client impression, and seamless operational consistency, the Berkeley Square model provides a predictable, premium environment. It immediately solidifies status and professionalism. That slight premium ensures that your workspace acts as an asset that reflects and supports the high standards of your work, guaranteeing client trust and operational continuity.
And I maintain that the definition of superior business value for the modern innovative sector lies in maximizing agility, optimizing for productivity, and actively leveraging community networks. For the entrepreneur, the Series A funded startup, or any company prioritizing growth over overhead, the lower-priced, flexible Hammersmith option is the superior strategic choice because it's engineered for future potential, not historical status.
Ultimately, the determination of better value is entirely contingent on the user's specific business objectives. A traditional law firm or a hedge fund may absolutely require the kind of institutional trust that the W1 postcode conveys.
Absolutely. But this comparison brilliantly illuminates the split in the modern workspace market in two distinct philosophies: the pursuit of external status versus the cultivation of internal dynamic growth. The analysis really makes you think about how different sectors, say a VR developer versus an international arbitration firm, might weigh the importance of a bespoke reception against the functional utility of a games room that actually helps you manage and retain talent.